Another question that came in through Facebook is concerning Romans chapter 11, verse 26. When Paul uses the term all Israel, is he referring to the believing remnant that's mentioned in Revelation? And additionally, when the name Jacob is used in this passage, since God saves one person at a time, does all Israel mean that God essentially sees Jacob and all believing offspring as one person?
Okay, let me answer the second question first here, because the question of how the name Jacob is used. The name Jacob is used in verse 26 as a quotation from Isaiah 59, and it's synonymous with Israel.
Right.
Okay, so they're interchangeable. Once you've decided what, quote, Israel means in this context, Jacob means the same thing.
Right.
And so it's not a reference to all of them being spoken of as one person. It's a literary device that was used to describe Israel by naming Israel under Jacob as the patriarch. So Jacob's name was changed to Israel, so it was an interchangeable name, but it wasn't a metaphysical reference in terms of all the people being spoken of metaphysically as one. Now, on the other hand, the first question that was asked, what does all Israel represent? This is a matter of considerable dispute through the centuries as to what Paul means here. And some people believe that Israel means, quote, spiritual Israel being the church, basically, and that racial, ethnic Israel, national Israel, doesn't have a part to play in the end. And there are a great many theologians through church history who have speculated about that and hold that as a position. Several of the mainline Protestant denominations hold that. A large percentage of Roman Catholic theologians hold that. On the other hand, there's quite a number of people, and I'm in this second group, who believe that it is, in the context of Romans 11, it is speaking of ethnic national Israel.
Right.
And that God has a plan to bring eventually the nation we know as ethnic, national, racial Israel to Christ. I hold that position. I believe that what he's saying here, and I'm among those, it's not unique to me, but I'm among those who believe that what he's saying here is that there will come a day at the end of the age where Israel as a nation will actually come to the Lord Jesus. Because in Romans 11, you got two branches. You got the original olive branches, and they're broken off for unbelief in the Messiah.
Right.
And the Gentiles are grafted in through faith in the Messiah. And then what Paul says is, if God is able to do that, he's able to also bring the broken off branches, the unbelieving Israelites, into the vine again, so to speak. I think that's what it is. I think that there will come a day when the nation of Israel will be saved and will come to Jesus. I don't know how, I don't know when, it'll be at the end of the age, there's some mysteries there. But I think that's what Paul is saying. I don't think that this is a reference to the 144,000 in the book of Revelation.
Okay, right.
That's another debate that enters into this. It could relate to those guys, but it's not just that. I think that it actually goes beyond the 144,000. And the interpretation of the Revelation is a little bit of a separate issue from, in my opinion, from what's going on here in Romans 11. I think that this is just a broad brush that Paul is saying. After the fullness of the Gentiles comes in, the temporary hardness that is on ethnic Israel will dissipate, and the Lord will reach in, and there will come a great conversion. A huge number of people will come to Christ.
And all there, does that mean literally every single person, or just a great number?
Well, I would say it means the vast majority. It would be known as a Christian nation. I don't know if you can make it refer to every single human, because in the environment.
Right.
Because the term all is sometimes used a little bit flexibly, but it would have to mean at least the vast majority.
Okay. Great question. Thank you for asking.